Magic Makers. I'm Mombirella.
I'm Yukita Cosplay.
And I'm CJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Get your wands to the ready because we solemnly swear we're up to no good. And speaking of up to no good, we have a guest. Let's see if I can pronounce this correctly. Do not try. Ithileryn.
Yes. Yay! She got it. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream.
I got it. Jeremy says hello. Hello, Jeremy. See, I haven't got my own little sparkles to go with it. Yay. Who happens to also be a Ravenclaw, so I feel so happy now and overjoyed that I have another Ravenclaw with us. Ithileryn is a cosplayer, and we're going to be talking about cosplay. Yukita, would you care to introduce her?
Oh my gosh, this amazing cosplayer you see to my side or wherever you see her on the screen. She has blew my mind with how she creates her rendition of Jinx. And you all know, if you've all been watching Arcane and keeping up with League of Legends and all that, she's it. She's my favorite Jinx cosplayer. Oh. Sorry, Matthew Draws, but it really was her that helped me from the beginning.
Oh my
Big fan of her. All of her cosplays are amazing. She even has a Patreon that you guys need to support because she is a full-time artist. This is what she does for her living. So follow her, especially on Instagram, as Ithileryn Cosplay. I know I probably just said that wrong. Anyway, point being, she's an amazing cosplayer. She's a gentle soul, and she's just an all-around sweetheart. And I'm just really excited that we finally got her on the podcast.
Oh, thank you. That was such a good introduction.
Thank you. Just fangirling, it's fine.
Tell us what got you started in cosplay.
So I actually used to do competitive dance, and then when I graduated from college, I briefly was in dance companies and that sort of thing. And so I had a lot of performance background and obviously loved doing playing roles and performing for people. And I have always been a nerd. I grew up playing video games, and I was kind of weird for that because in the 90s, it wasn't a cute thing when you were a gamer girl, and wasn't cute. Now it's like, oh, dang, gamer girl, right?
Oh my God, ooh.
Ooh, right? Yeah. And back then it was not so ooh. And so, yeah, it just seemed like it probably would have eventually happened no matter where I was or the people that I knew in my lifetime, but it just seems natural to combine the performance element and the costuming with my nerdy side. So yeah, I having all of that background, I eventually lived with some weeaboos, and I say that with as an endearing term. But they invited me to a convention. They were like, we think that you would really enjoy cosplay. You should totally try to cosplay one of your favorite characters. And because I had after college gotten into anime, and that kind of just started the ball rolling. And after I tried it for the first time, I definitely was like, yeah, this is it. But yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what was your actual first cosplay that you ever made?
Oh geez. It was Winry Rockbell from Full Metal Alchemist. Which was the first anime that I had seen. And I refused to wear wigs in the beginning. And at the time, my hair is kind of dark right now, but in this summer, if I'm outside a lot, it brightens up quite a bit. And my hair was down to way past my waist, and so it was perfect for Winry. And so I stuck to the long-haired blondes for as long as I could for a couple of years, and then I was like, to cosplay some of these other characters that I love, I'm gonna have to wear a wig. And so yeah, I started out with Winry. Aww.
Got the Instagram up so we can show the cute pictures.
Yeah. It's so sad because I lost my original account. So my original account would have had all of the good stuff on it, but recently Instagram randomly suspended my account. And so unfortunately I only have the last 2 months of stuff that I've been working on here. Really.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
My gosh.
That's my Siri. This one's a funny video. It was I felt so cool, and then I literally just needed my pants being pulled up every 5 seconds.
It'd be like that sometimes. It really do.
Oh, yeah. And this was me joking about losing my account in my Azula cosplay that I worked so hard on.
That you
Fire Nation.
And
That
I am,
is awesome.
and I have to admit, I'm a bit too passionate to be anything else. My Jill that I recently did.
That one was cute too. You did a good job.
Thank you. I love being the serious
I remember
baddies.
this one.
I mean, it makes sense because it is you, a serious baddie. So
Thank you.
it just fits.
This like Daphne with the dark side there. I love that one. I remember
I
seeing that one,
know.
actually.
Oh, this is funny. So this was I think 2 years ago, me and my best friend Paris Cosplays, who's also from Houston. We realized we were wanting to do Wednesday and Enid from the Netflix series Wednesday, and we realized we had the opposite hair. And so I chopped my hair off to here so that I could have Enid hair
wow.
for that video.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, that's
There you go.
dedication. Oh
Yeah,
man.
we committed to the bit.
There you
I-
go. That's
I love
Kenzie,
it.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was Kenzie and my
I love
and
that
my
Poor
song.
handler.
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
I'm
my
carrying your
friend.
bags with me. Yep.
So he's been making some props for me lately. His Instagram's name is really silly, but he's actually an incredible creator. His Instagram is Fart Snack, but he's great.
Ah, that's right.
But yeah,
Look at that
Oh,
Jinx
there's
cosplay,
Jinx.
y'all. Can we just brag on her real quick?
Thank
This
you.
lady made her wig.
I did. I made the
That's
costume
beautiful.
too.
Look
All
at that.
patterned by me. The stripes I hand sewed on too because I couldn't find striped
Wow.
fabric I
I
liked.
love that.
So that was
Dang.
a
I am not a
passion
hand
project.
Please tell
Yeah.
me you've entered Jinx in a competition and won because you need to.
I ironically have not. I have not entered a competition since I started guesting, actually.
so
So I haven't
serious?
competed in years.
Bro.
Oh, is
But
that
now I
Luna?
probably could.
Now here, I thought you were a Ravenclaw. This does not look like a
It is
Ravenclaw.
not. This is I wanted to cosplay a gender bent Draco because Draco's my favorite.
This does not look like
Okay.
Ravenclaw.
No, that's
Okay.
Draco. But I'm
No.
calling it Dracana because I wanted to make it like a gender bent. Like I wanted to do
That's cute.
a femme
Nice.
Draco.
Thank you
But yeah.
successfully did that. Yes.
Thank
Nicely
you.
done.
Dracana.
Dracana.
Actually,
Hashtag
Cred says, "Hey y'all, hey."
Hi.
Slytherin.
Oh,
Hi.
yep, never got it. He said he liked the Draco.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was really fun. I love being the villains and the morally gray characters. So that's definitely like my favorite thing to do is the villains, for sure.
Wow. What was the hardest cosplay you've ever had to work on?
It might be Jinx. Just because of all the time that I've spent on her and making everything from scratch. I patterned everything myself as well. Some of the accessories I made initially. So the hair accessories that I wore a few years ago, I made. Those are upgraded ones. My friend Fart Snack that I was talking about earlier, he printed them for me. The gun I made myself
Oh, that's awesome.
out of foam. Fishbones was a collaboration with another Houston creator. His name is, I think, Fabled QT on Instagram. He made the fishbones, which was like, incredible. I didn't have the time to bust out fishbones for the second season of Arcane, but he was like, "Yeah, I'll try," and I was like, "Okay, crazy."
Lots of effort.
But
Good job.
yeah, it was a lot. It was a team effort, but the just making the costume itself was fully my project, and it was probably the hardest just because I tend to dance a line between realism and what's given in 2D. When it's like if I'm taking like a video game character that you can spin them around in 3D,
Yeah.
it tends to be more one-to-one, if that makes sense. So like Elizabeth Comstock, I literally have seams in the exact spots that she has seams on her shirt, which is in the weirdest place, let me tell you. But it's easier in a sense to do a one-to-one, but when they're animated, I feel like even though Arcane is a very 3D style animation, I feel like if you do a one-to-one, it doesn't. Some people pull off the cartoonish look really, really well. I tend to like to find a realism in there. And so trying to convert what we were seeing in Arcane with that very interesting and different art style and try to interpret what that would look like in real life was a bit of a challenge. But the striped pants I don't want to ever do that again because not only is I took a purple fabric and then the pink fabric, and then there's little like tan elastic on every single stripe. And so it I don't know how long I spent on the stripes, but it was, and one of the legs I sewed the stripes on the wrong side, so I had to seam rip the whole thing, and that was part of the nightmare.
Oh no.
I cried.
I bet.
Oh my
I
God.
cried. I was
We
like,
have a love-hate relationship with
oh my
these.
gosh. No.
They're
See, I
so
hate hand
helpful.
sewing.
Yeah,
That-
So Jeremy said you were a secret Slytherin.
I think some days I wake up and choose violence, and those days I'm Slytherin.
I think we all feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, I think like I said, when I test 50-50 Slytherin and Ravenclaw. My friends, I think I'm a little I think my friends think I'm a little too nice. I think when it comes down to it, when other people are involved, I will occasionally set aside my own ambition and take into consideration people that are there, right? And what they need and stuff like that. So I think that's why I kind of sometimes veer, maybe in their opinion, more Ravenclaw, but I can kind of be at times.
Well, Geek Cred wants to know, what's the most you've spent on a cosplay?
That also might be Jinx, because Fishbones, the commission, I kind of don't want to even say. The commission, I think, was in total was like $1,300.
Bruh.
But it does light up.
Bruh.
Bruh. And that thing is like 35 pounds.
That much it better. Like,
yeah, no, that was part of the cost. It was part of the cost, but a lot of the reason why it's so expensive was because my friend Fable, who I commissioned for it, he actually had to like 3D model the entire thing from scratch. Like we didn't just buy a model, print it, sand it, paint it. Like he had to actually build it.
That makes sense then.
It's literally, if you look at it, I saw him show it on a screen, in a Discord call, and layer underneath it images that Fortiche, the company that made Arcane, released of Fishbones. He had it underneath, and he would like change what he had designed and kind of make it a little bit like turn down the opacity so you could see through it and see the original Fishbones art by Fortiche. Literally 1-to-1. It is literally the most accurate Fishbones I've ever seen.
Take that.
And so, to be honest, like it was worth it, and it was Jinx. If it was somebody else, I probably wouldn't have spent that much money, but it was Jinx, and
honestly, worth it.
Worth it. I mean, most of my fan base knows me as Jinx. A lot of my friends know me as Jinx. Because when I started cosplay, one of the first cosplays I made from scratch was the original Jinx skin that was released in 2013. And I cosplayed that in, I think, 2018. So I've been known as Jinx for several years before Arcane. And so it's just been a consistent thing, and every single year I release a Jinx cosplay. And so it keeping in line with what people know me as, it makes sense to invest more in that character than really anything else.
It's kind of your namesake character in a way. Like that's the
one trademark
know you for.
Yeah, exactly. You thought your lightsabers were a lot. Yeah, for real.
Dude.
I mean, it was a huge project, and he showed me all of the pieces on it, and I think it was worth every penny. He didn't overcharge me, and I'm being honest. Like, the amount of work and time he spent to just, draw it up in the digital space was insane. Like, I have mad respect for people that do that. A lot of people think that 3D printing is easy and like cheating, and I'm like, you don't know what it's like to try to 3D model something.
No, I've been on
how to get that together,
and she was doing stuff, and it wasn't fun. It looks time consuming, and also like if the pigment. If the pigment isn't going through the filament, there you go. That's the word. If that's not going through and it gets stuck. Can you tell I'm on Disney mode? So like, I've seen the frustration that people can get when they're trying to 3D print something as small as a cup.
Yep.
I've seen it. Like
the spaghetti nightmare. Yeah. I don't have the patience for it. I respect people that do. $200.
On his daughter's cosplay was pricey.
I mean, in keep in consideration, I probably would not have done this if I did not do it professionally. If I was a hobbyist, I would not be spending the money on the things that I do, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Well,
And that is definitely not to say like the average cosplayer spends that on a costume. $200 is probably more on the expensive side for a hobbyist, but it's been a minute since I've been in just the hobby space.
It kind of depends too, because like my husband has one cosplay and it's the only thing he'll ever wear, and so he spent quite a bit on it. But like he doesn't cosplay, so it's really just like kind of a hobby cosplay thing. But
Literally only Indiana Jones.
Yes, it is, and it's full on like
it.
from the actual movie company patterns and stuff. So it was kind of a big deal too.
That is awesome.
He's like, I'm gonna wear this
That's
until it
really
tears.
good. But he's like, I'm wearing this forever. So you know, it's like I'm Scarlet Witch, he's Indiana Jones. I'm Winifred Sanderson, he's Indiana Jones. You know, it's just kind of cool.
Yeah.
But you know, it depends on what you value, you know, and it's like that's obviously cosplay that you value the most, and so that makes total sense. Yeah. So what is a dream cosplay that you'd like to do at this point
that you haven't already done?
I think a dream cosplay that I would like to do, I'm just going to keep Jinx out of it because I feel like I'll just eventually do it. But a dream cosplay that I want to do, probably Serana from Skyrim. She's from the Dawnguard DLC, if you're a big Skyrim nerd. She's this like really pretty vampire lady.
Vampire, huh?
She's a vampire, which like that's not my aesthetic at all, is it? So I'm so excited. Eventually I will sit down and do it. I just don't. I kind of want to make her corset out of real leather. So I need to like do leather working and get that skill under my belt before I attempt to do Serana, because I think with the material that is shown to us in the game, I just really think leather would do best. So Serana from Skyrim is my answer. I'll do it eventually. Also Tariel from The Hobbit. I know that people have mixed emotions about her, and that's fine. I just think she's so gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. Oh, and I love cosplaying redheads. So I think Tariel would have to be on that list too.
So what's the next one you want to do?
The next one that I want to do from scratch, I assume, is the question. From scratch, I think the next one I'd have to check my like book of crap to do. But I'm pretty sure the next one that I'm making is A2 from Nier Automata. She's a busted up looking android, and I'm not looking forward to the prop that I'm building is going to be huge for it. It's going to be bigger than me, but also the gradient on one of her legs, because she's kind of dirty and beat up. I'm going to have to do the gradient with airbrush, and I don't get along with the airbrush.
I'm assuming that what Geeks put in here goes with it.
Fusro Da. Yeah, so that is a Skyrim reference.
That makes sense now. Okay. There's a cosplayer called Fusro Maida, and I never understood what her name was for, because I'm not a gamer, but I support my gamer friends. So I never understood what it was, and now I'm like, oh,
there you go. It's so just like real quick, because I know you probably don't necessarily want to hear too much about it, and we want to probably get along with the conversation. But Fusro Da is because in Skyrim you have this basically ability that your shouts and like your language actually carries physical power, and so Fusro Da is in like an ancient language, and it basically just like shoves the hooey out of somebody. Basically, if they're in front of you, you Fusro Da them, and they go flying like a rag doll.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
LL says, everybody, welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble to you, wobble.
Exactly.
My gobble. Wobble.
Yes, only a few days away, guys.
I know.
Don't forget to set your scales back 10 pounds.
Right. I just had all my Thanksgiving food actually bought now, so I'm so happy because tomorrow's like all day baking. So
if you have a smallish turkey, you should probably thaw it now.
So do you have any strange traditions? Like in my house, if I cook the turkey, I name it. Because I figure if I'm giving it an oil bath and I'm sticking my hands deep inside of it, I want to know the name of this turkey. I mean, I'm very intimate with this turkey.
Right? I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
I was talking about, I feel like giving it a name would hurt my feelings a little too much. But I'm also somebody that won't eat something if it looks like the animal.
Me.
Okay.
I know that's weird, but I love living in that denial. Let me have it.
It's just that's how I am about eating meat on the bone. Like, I already know it's dead. I don't need the bones to remind me that it used to be alive. I'm good.
I don't know. If I'm gonna be that intimate with it, I want to know its name.
That's fair. I can see that.
My sister was weird with her kids about like telling them that they were eating meat. Me, I'm like, my kid goes, "What's this?" I said, "It's hamburger." Moo, you know, like.
There was a cow at one point, Elsie.
It's chicken nuggets. Fuck, you know, chicken.
Fuck. I like that.
My kids had no history to it, I guess. I was like, I didn't think twice about it.
What about turkey? Do y'all have
no dino nuggies? Not for Thanksgiving, no.
I mean,
I do eat dino nuggies. I have to admit, I literally had dino nuggies on my Instagram story like last week.
I love dino nuggies. Ooh, eat them with ketchup, bite off the head, make it look like, yeah.
That's okay. That's okay, but I won't eat and like ribs.
Same.
Really?
I can't do it. I don't know.
I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of ribs. Like, I don't know. I just don't.
It's
I
also
know
a mess.
Yeah,
I'm not a messy eater. I don't like. Okay, so my husband and I like sloppy joes differently. He will eat his super sloppy. I call mine neat Josephs.
Do you eat them with a fork and knife?
I like the meat to stay in the middle of the sandwich and not spill out everywhere.
All around the edge to try to keep it all balanced.
I do actually.
I do.
At least you don't do a fork and knife though, because that's like my sister. I've seen her eat pizza with a fork and knife, and I'm just like, you are not American. What is that? That's not normal.
I do that on occasion.
Yeah, I've done that before. I actually used to roll up my pizzas. Like if they're extra long, I'll roll it up into where it's like a pizzarito.
No. Okay, I have to try that now.
You're welcome.
Anything I gotta make a mess of myself to eat, I don't want. Haha, can relate.
I fart snack. She was talking about you.
Hi.
I was.
She was bragging about
it. Will appear.
Like, I can understand if you're in cosplay or something, you don't want to mess up your clothes, but like she does that on normal, like I don't know, like with everything messy, like she always forks and knives it, and I'm like, I don't know, I guess normally. I don't.
I get triggered by it when I get food on my face. I get a little upset. It's a pet peeve of mine. It's the same feeling as, I don't know if this upsends anybody else or if I'm in the minority, but when I brush my teeth, if like the water and toothpaste touches my hand, I have like a conniption fit. So it's like a sensory thing. And if a dog licks me, it's the same thing. I'm like, oh, get away.
Like I feel the water running down. I don't care if it goes to here, but once you start going, leap, that's when I'm I instantly have to wipe it. I have to wipe it.
I freak out. And it's the same sensory overload that I have. Like what I was saying, like if a dog licks me unexpectedly, absolutely not. I will karate chop your dog. I am so sorry. Your dog means nothing to me. Karate chop. Do not lick me.
I do understand that because I too am very much like, if all of me is dry and this one little piece of me is wet, I'm like, why is that wet? Why is it wet? Stop being wet.
Yes, it's upsetting to me. Okay,
I understand you.
I think that's in like a little umbrella of like, this is an absurdity that is upsetting for weird people.
Some sensory OCD-ness. Yeah. I don't know. I have ADHD, so maybe it's somewhere under that umbrella.
It could be because me and
wet the brush, apply the toothpaste, then wet the toothpaste.
I do that.
It do that. It doesn't matter. Sometimes
that's what I do, and I never have it running anywhere.
Oh no, it still runs.
It still runs sometimes. And it's less bad now since I have the electric toothbrush, but when I
have one of those plates that has like little segments on it so the food don't touch.
I
wish that I do have issues with.
Okay. I do prefer to eat on plates that are segmented because I get upset when, like, if I have gravy on mashed potatoes or something and it runs into something else. I
used to be like that, But I am like that with certain foods, certain ones. If I know they taste good combined, it won't bother me.
Yeah.
But if I don't know that, I'm like, it's covered in green beans juice.
I feel that way. There are certain things that I mix together.
Most foods are not meant to socialize with each other. Okay.
Thank you. It's the same. It's the same weirdness that's in that category for me. Of like, it's not going to actually be the end of the world, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
I get that. Like, who wants a soggy roll that's got like it's just soggy?
Yeah,
yeah.
This is great conversation leading up to Thanksgiving. My family gives me a hard time for my OCD eating habits. So
okay, I got a couple questions first.
Sorry. Go.
We're gonna breeze through these 3, and then I have a question to ask because we have like 4 minutes left. Actually, 3.5.
Okay.
El Ariachi says a cosplay sick. I would like you at some point at some of my events in 2025 for sure. Possibly JFW if it would be rock and metal band fused with mini Comic-Con new game. Elle, I would say contact her. Her website's down below.
Contact her directly for that.
Yeah.
Fred, it's like if you smell maple syrup, you feel sticky. No,
I hate maple syrup.
I hate sticky.
Fred's next is okay. Real talk. Green bean juice doesn't belong near my chicken. No, it does not.
No.
Thank you.
That I do agree.
Thank you.
We don't do soggy chicken in my house. No, I totally agree with you there. It is that. I agree. Okay. You have to have like 3 minutes left. If you had any advice for somebody who wants to get into cosplay, what would it be?
That is a hard question. As far as like hobbyists, just do it is my best advice. Luckily, as like a hobbyist, there's no rules. I mean, there's not really even any rules for professional cosplay either. But I would just say honestly, just do it. I think a lot of people expect at this point too, because there's so many cosplayers out there that do such amazing work all the time, and I think a lot of people getting into it are putting themselves on some sort of like comparison to that, and I don't think that's fair. You know, you're looking at people that have been cosplaying sometimes for 15 years online, so I think like just get a costume and see if you enjoy it before like pouring blood, sweat, and tears into it. But honestly, if you're looking at it professionally, just find like a niche is my best advice. Find a niche that makes you unique and different. And then really lean into the thing that you enjoy most about it. I like the acting, so I like to do the photo shoots, and I'm trying to get more into the video side of cosplay because again, acting is my favorite part. I do occasionally craft things from scratch, but it makes me want to rip my hair out. But for some people that really like to do that, maybe look into doing commission work instead or that sort of thing. So find what you like and really kind of delve into that rather than like having a preconceived idea of what doing it professionally would look like. I don't know if that makes sense. That's like my concise way of trying to
dip your toes in first before jumping in with both feet.
That part. There you go.
Yeah.
Very good idea. If you want to learn more about Ithileryn,
yes.
Yay, did it. You can check out our website at www.ithileryn.com. Check her out. She's got her stuff listed there. For a future look into December. On December 3rd, we have the Elmore family. We're talking about cosplay and toy vendors. So there's more. On the 11th, we are going to be not doing it on that Tuesday, the 10th. We're going to be moving it to the 11th. Geek Cred Trivia is going to be joining us. We're going to be having some holiday fun with trivia, where we're going to be giving away some Amazon gift cards. So make sure to join us. I'm sure Geek Cred's going to be bringing a couple questions. We're all going to be giving a couple questions. We're going to be bringing some Amazon gift cards to give away for the holiday season to start your holiday season right. On the 17th, Emmylou Cosplay. The 24th, no Magic Making Mischief. Enjoy her Christmas Eve with your family.
Christmas Eve.
On the 29th, listen carefully. We will be airing a special 1-hour pre-recorded season 2 wrap up and look into season 3. And then on the 31st, there will be no Magic Making Mischief because it is New Year's Eve. Enjoy it with your family. So we have lots of stuff coming up through December, so make sure to stay tuned. If you're not already following us, follow us. Make sure to also follow the group because everything is posted in that group as well on Facebook, or check us out on any one of the social platforms because it is also posted on there as well. Thank you, Ithileryn.
You can just say
Ithileryn.
Yes, there you go. You got it.
I got it. For joining us today. So get your wands to the ready, folks. Mombi, take us out.
Yes, like CJ said, make sure to follow us on YouTube, CJ Peterson, Mombirella, and as well as Yukita Cosplay on Instagram. And of course, Ithileryn on Instagram, her gorgeous cosplay. And Patreon, yes. And hold on, before we go 10 seconds, give me 10 seconds to show this off because it's gorgeous. Yukita Cosplay made this custom Christmas wreath for me, and it is beautiful. Aww. So you guys get your custom wreaths. She does all holidays, all things, all personalized wreaths.
I also make nerd wreaths. Yes.
Yes. So, and until next time, guys, mischief managed. Bye.